Hey guys, welcome to Drink with Owen. Today we're going to be chatting with Kayla over in London. She's going to be telling us how she gave up beer for a month, some of her travelling stories, and there is a lot of travelling stories, and how the coronavirus is affecting them over in the UK. So let's get stuck into it. Welcome to Drink with Owen, and for those of you who don't know, where are you at the moment and how do we know each other?
I'm currently in London, UK, and I think we went to school together.
We
maybe?
did. It was probably the best years of your life, so we all know that's the truth. So that's enough of the necessities. Necessities, right word? I don't know. What drink have we got for me today?
We've got gin and tonic. We've gone with Gordon's because that's what we both had.
Someone I prepared earlier.
Yep.
So you chose Gordon's. Do you specifically choose this, or is it like, let's be honest, is it because it's on sale, or what's the go there? So I'm just topping it.
It's a pretty stock standard gin, I guess.
This is quite, from my gin experience, this is sort of a bit of a average one, isn't it? Just to go with, nothing too posh, nothing too cheap.
Yeah, but
why is it? Why do you drink gin? What is it?
To be honest, we haven't drank gin for that long. A couple of months ago, maybe last year.
Got me.
We did a. Do you have a lemon? Yeah, we did a no beer for a month, and we had to try and find something else to drink. So we decided to give gin and tonics a try.
Isn't the idea of a no beer thing? It's like no alcohol, not just like no beer.
No, we were drinking way too much beer, like every day after work. Well, not every day. That's a little bit too far, but every
day.
Every couple of days after work, especially in summer, going to the pub after work and having a couple of pints, it kind of starts to show around the tummy a little bit. So we decided to give gin and tonics a try.
And how did it go then? Do you drink it like pints of gin and tonic, or?
Pretty much like this.
Yeah, nice. All right, well, that's the gin. It's quite tasty. I am sort of cheating. Like, I do love gin and tonic, so I can't really, it's not like it's a new experience for me, but thank you for picking that. So we'll give a bit of a review at the end. Not really a review, but we'll give something. So let's get stuck into it. So I guess you're drinking gin now. What was it that first, when you first wet your whistle, what was your first alcohol?
It would probably be when I was younger and making scotch and lemonades for my dad. And as I take them back to the lounge or wherever he was sitting, I'd take a little bit off the top. I'm pretty sure he knew, but that's all right, to make sure it didn't spill over the edges and make a mess.
You're doing him a favour, really?
Pretty much, yeah.
And then is that sort of what you kept drinking then into your teens, or?
No, I never really got stuck into the scotch. That's just mum and dad's sort of avenue, but I started drinking the UDLs and UDLs and Jimmy Coke.
The Red Bears and stuff, for those ones. The ones that everyone used to drink at the parties.
They were the really cheap ones, weren't they?
I think so, yeah. That's probably why I know them, because they were cheap.
Yeah.
So that's something that I don't really touch anymore, because I've probably had a few too many nights on it. But is there a drink that you can never touch again? Something that you maybe used to love and you loved it too much and now you can't even bear the smell?
Anything licoricey I hate, but I suppose with enough peer pressure and a couple of drinks in, I generally will have sort of like Jaeger bombs or is it Galliano or black?
Yeah. What about with the tall thin bottle?
Yeah, there goes like a little.
Yeah, what's that one? You should probably have done a bit of research, but what's that one?
That's Galliano, I think.
Is that it's licorice? Gross.
Yeah, the huge bottles of them.
Yeah. So obviously we're all in lockdown with the corona, and hopefully everyone's staying safe. How is it? I know you love a travel. You're a bit of a hashtag traveller. Can't believe I said that. I'll have to cut that out. How has it affected you? Did you have any trips lined up, or did you have anything that you were going to do? I'm sure you did. I wouldn't ask this. I'm sure you got some holiday to Morocco to get another handbag or something.
No, not Morocco. We actually we started planning a Brazil trip for May. I think it's May, yeah, because there's 2 bank holidays in May. And we're going to go.
I remember that one. May Day. What's the other one?
I don't know. It's like the 26th of May. I don't know what it's for.
I don't know why I asked that, because that is not an interesting answer. What answer would have been like? Everyone's like, okay, it was that day. I was like, Owen, thanks, Owen, that was great. Sorry, go on. Brazil, that's cool. Have you been to South America before?
No, haven't. But we're really excited because we always wanted to go to the Amazon forest, and Ben's actually obsessed with Machu Picchu, so we wanted to do the trek and stuff. there's photography and all that kind of stuff. So
so you got a couple of cameras back there.
You haven't seen it? He put the other one back. I didn't even notice the fucking shit. Yes,
anyway, yes, you had what? The holiday to Brazil. Have you booked? Like, do you get your money back and stuff? Or?
Oh no, we didn't end up booking anything. Luckily, we were keeping an eye out on flights and stuff, and we've got two friends we're visiting, Leisure and Fabio. We're going to go visit, so it's quite devastating because we were supposed to be there for New Year's last year, and then we changed
until May. God, that's a long holiday.
Yeah. So.
What? You're going to be there from New Year's to May?
No, we're going to go there for New Year's as this trip. We're going to do this trip last year for New Year's.
Why didn't you?
Because we'd just come back from Vegas. Hurrah. Came back from Vegas for my dad's 50th.
Yeah.
Money was a bit tight, so we're like, we'll come in January for his birthday.
Yeah, you know, we just got back from Vegas. We have to delay our holiday to Brazil until May.
Fuck off.
Do you have, I'm sure you've got a couple because I do know you, a classic going out story for you to share?
Yeah, so it was the one that's probably the most recent, most freshest in the mind is when you and I went to a good friend's wedding.
Yep.
In Melbourne. Wedding finished, beautiful wedding. Shout out to Casey and Brooke, well done. Okay, so we went to your place. We got an Uber to deliver some of my shoes because my feet were sore from the wedding and wearing heels for the first time in like 2 years. Got those delivered. I think we had a couple of pre-drinks, what we could find, and then headed on into Peel in South Yarra.
The Peel in Collingwood, Peel Street.
I can't really remember too much in the actual place.
It's quite a good
fun. Yes, and I think we left to go get some kebabs, and I was standing at the kebab desk. Kebab desk. Same shit. And ordering my kebab, you'd already paid and ordered for yours, and I was looking for my card. And
can I jump in here? You were like, let's go get kebabs, I'll pay.
Yes.
So we were going up and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll get a free kebab. And then someone didn't have their purse.
Yes, so I'd accidentally lost a very prized handbag, which was a gift from some friends that gave it to me when they visited Cuba. It was a very, very cool bag. Very disappointed, but I left that in there. The bouncers wouldn't let me go back in to get it. So I stood at the front of the PL waiting for, I think it was like 20 minutes. You'll probably finish your kebab by the time I got back up.
I did come back. Yeah, I ate it up there. Obviously, I'm not walking and eating. I'm not an animal.
You came down. So yeah, but that had a lot of quite valuable things in it. I don't know why. I had my sunglasses, I had a bank card, a driver's license.
Yeah, and not your ID. Or your ID was in there, wasn't it, when you lost it, but not originally?
Yeah.
But I did go in there. I ran in looking for it.
Oh yeah, you did too.
All the lost and found and stuff like that, and nowhere to be seen. So there's probably some drag queen walking around Melbourne right now with your lovely little handbag, with your ID, everything else that was in there. So I'm on the lookout because you know what, I wasn't going to go back there, but I will go back there every weekend when the quarantine's over just to find your handbag.
Do you know what? They probably will wear it again. So look
You'll see photos of me on Facebook wearing your bag. I'm like, yeah. We did get some, so we put it out there to get some questions off some of our loyal followers. And one we came in is, what's the most you've paid for an Uber? So do you have any good expensive Uber stories that some might have come to me? And tell us.
Yes. It was actually while we were here, still wasn't like in Australia or anything. I was at some work drinks with a job I had a couple of years ago and jumped in the Uber on the way home.
Open bar or something, was it? Or
felt a little bit ill and maybe have vomited outside the car. It was outside. And got home eventually and got the bill the next day. And I think it was £150. And I tried to find
200, 250 AU?
What's that?
It'd be like what, $200, $250?
Oh, well, with the exchange rate right now, it'd be $300.
Yeah, right. And what should it have cost?
Pardon?
What should it have cost, Uber?
Like £10, £11.
Okay. Did you try and fight it, or did you just accept your fate? Because I've had those
did-
fines, and I've
I
tried to
did.
fight it, and then you never win.
No, I did try and fight it, and they sent me back photos, so I stopped fighting it.
Were they very graphic photos?
They were enough to.
Enough. You're like, all right, sorry, mate. Please delete this number and never talk to me ever again.
Yeah. Oops, daisy.
So I guess your advice there might have been don't catch an Uber when you feel ill. But do you have any other advice? Is there anything you go by when you're on a night out and, you know, water every other drink or something like that, or something you can share with us to try and help us all out there?
You know what, actually? Since drinking gin, they've been much better for the next day because there's so much ice in them. So drink gin with lots of ice in it, and you're pretty much drinking water at the same time.
that's good. I like that. I'll play devil's advocate. I think that's the word. Do you think it's though because you're drinking less, as opposed to you drinking a whole pint of beer? You're drinking like.
You're just trying to ruin my theory now.
Huh?
You're just trying to ruin my theory now.
Yeah, that's my job. I got to poke holes in anyone. I bring people on, I get them excited, and then I just tear them down. Did you hear that? Did you hear that bell?
I think so.
Yeah, well, that was last drink. So you know what that means. It's time for our last story of the chat, anecdote, fact, anything.
Positive. I think I have to go with a finish off with another story.
Good. Is it a good one? Does it involve me?
Yes, unfortunately it does. Another event with Owen.
Oh, good. Well, I can talk to you the stuff that you miss out that makes me look better, so that's good.
October 1st. I think when we go, like 2017.
Yeah, I want to say 2017.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was the year after we got here. You came
it was
visited.
2017. Yeah, in about October.
It was in our Putney house. That's right. Okay.
Right, when someone stole your furniture, your barbecue.
Were you what?
Someone stole your barbecue.
Oh yeah.
We digress. That's another story.
Yeah, that is.
That's for season 2. That's for season 2.
So we decided we planned October 1st. I think we're flying out from Gatwick.
Yes, it was the one in the middle of nowhere. Well, not middle of nowhere because it's London, but I remember it took ages to get there.
Yeah, probably from where we live, because where we live was a bit of a bitch.
Just go with it. No one knows.
Yeah, yes. No one cares. We went to Gatwick, had a really early flight. We all got up really stupid early, I think, to head to the airport.
The things you do.
You
know when you when you like booking flights for a trip and you're like, let's get the cheapest one, and you've got to get up at like 4 a.m. or something, and then when you're sitting at the airport or you're sitting on the train to the airport and you're like, I could have probably paid like $10 more and got a much better time.
Yeah.
Why?
That's actually another story of early flights, but we can dig into
quickly. What is it? Quick, give us the quick story.
It was an early morning flight. Ben and I thought we'd go for a dinner the night before. Met up with a guy that Ben hadn't
already seen. Sounds horrible. Keep going.
Met up with a guy that Ben hadn't seen in years and years and years, like from Australia. We got really, really drunk, got in at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and woke up when our flight was leaving, got to the airport and paid nearly triple for the flights just to go to Amsterdam.
Well, funny you said that, we nearly missed our flight. I remember one of your good friends, so I'm not sure if they're watching this. Hello, if you are. We were all there waiting to go, very, excited. Yeah, we're going to Oktoberfest. And they were late. We were sitting there, and it was like 10 minutes. What was it? It was like closing in 20 minutes or something. And I remember Ben was like, it's fine. Once you go through this little gate here, it's right there. I was like, okay. So we get through. It's like one of the snake queues on, not immigration. And then I had to get on like a train. The trains that go around, and I was running and sprinting. I went ahead.
We ran so fast. We all got on the plane. Everyone was waiting for us, huffing and puffing. And I remember the first drink we all got was a can of Heineken. And it was the best drink I think we've had in a long time. Like 5 o'clock in the morning or something. It was ridiculous.
Warm Heineken. It was like,
best drink we've ever had.
That's the story.
That's the story.
So we had to get up early. I remember the one when I was reading my little Lonely Planet guide. It was get there early because you had to have a seat to get served.
And we all needed to be sitting together because there was 6 of us or whatever it was.
That's right. Yeah, there was 6. There was a couple of other people meeting us
We
there.
got up early, waited in line, and then everybody just runs in the doors when they open. As soon as like 8 or 9 o'clock or whatever the time was, and they opened the doors, we all ran to our table, and that's where we stayed for a good
Boom.
10 hours or something.
Yeah, well, I wanted to eat, so this is if I was being interviewed, that would be my advice because the kitchen's open. So we had a couple of the pretzels, the giant pretzels. And then I was telling everyone, I was like, yeah, the kitchen's open. Let's all get food in. I think I got a schnitzel, just to, when in Rome.
I think you got pork knuckle. It was the first time you got the pork knuckle.
That's right. I had, yeah. I think one of the days I had 4 schnitzels or 3 schnitzels. But I remember eating and you didn't. And I remember saying, hey, you guys going to eat? And you were like, nah, we'll be fine. What happened?
Absolutely fucked. Ben wandered off as he does when he's really drunk. And he previously in that day, he'd done a shoey. So he stood on top of the table and drank his beer out of his shoe. So he was walking around with just one shoe for good part of the day.
Yeah.
And so he left the hall to go outside. Do you remember when we met that guy and he's like, you'll never believe there's a guy outside paying people to use their phone and he's wearing one shoe. And I was like, oh my God, that's my boyfriend.
Yeah, and you ran away. We all laughed and you ran off and then I never found you again.
Oh, sorry.
We booked an Uber. Do you remember that? So we booked an Uber and then I was watching on my phone. I saw someone else get in and take my Uber. So we were like, oh, someone stole my Uber. Then we were like, oh, that's it. Let's just get in the next cab or Uber. So we just jump in this car. I remember sitting there. We gave him the business card where we were staying. Another little tip, always carry a business card where you're staying when you're on holiday. And then I was like, oh, this isn't Uber. This isn't an Uber because it wasn't on my phone. They were like, oh, okay, where's the meter? And we were like looking for the meter. There was no meter. We just jumped in some random guy's car.
Yes, and paid him money.
Yeah, you paid him. I was like, oh, I'll pay the man, Kayla. And I walked off. Good little trip down memory lane. So definitely get over to Germany. Yeah. I think that does bring us to the end. So we've got to give a quick review to the drink.
As we both know, delicious.
It is very good. Like you can't go wrong with gin. Unless you drink like
good breakfast drink as well, actually.
Yeah, because it is breakfast for you over there, isn't it? So thank you very much for drinking. I was like, do you want to do tea or coffee? And Kayla's like, no, let's do gin. So tea or coffee, jump on the show because I need a tea or coffee guest. But get down to your local shop and buy this if you're over 18 and drink responsibly.
Or a nice rhubarb infused gin. That's probably
You know what? We should have done that one, so I tried something different. But maybe next time.
Well, I didn't really want to go out of my house for unnecessary purchases,
Here we go. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, Kayla. It's been a pleasure. Thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. Tune in next week. We'll have another guest on having a drink and a chat. Make sure you give us a like, give us a share, follow us, subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Kayla. Bye.